Hello YouTube. If you're new to meditation, if you have, let's say, 1 or 2 years of experience in this practice, you may find it a little bit frustrating. And I think it is frustrating, especially in the sense that sometimes it's just hard to motivate yourself to meditate. It is also especially hard to improve meditative practice, because if you lack motivation to meditate and to improve it, you cannot really access bigger benefits of meditation. And I think it's mostly due to two reasons. When people start meditating at the beginning of this path, information that you consume usually explains meditation from those two type of perspectives, or from two type of benefits you can pursue in doing this practice. The first type of information is the wellness, well-being information, and all of those benefits are really important. But I would really say those benefits are short-term benefits. And by short-term benefits, I mean things like reducing stress, reducing anxiety, improving focus, improving concentration, and so on and so forth. Again, those things are important, but they do not really provide an overarching goal, so to speak, of what you really try to get from this practice if you put in more hours. And the second reason, the second narrative of why people motivate, again, coming from information they consume, is because of some spiritual reasons, either Buddhist tradition or something similar. And again, I don't want to go into this direction, and I'm just going to say that it's really not that important for meditative practice to have any sort of spiritual understanding of it. And as such, I would really argue that it's probably better to detach, for your own benefits, to detach meditative practice from those type of narratives, because it's not like those narratives can again provide you with any practical overarching goal that will gain you some tangible benefits. So if you think about, well, if you don't really have like this framework that can guide you to establish a lifelong meditative path, a lifelong practice that will have some improvements literally throughout your life, and that will motivate you to not only to put more hours into practice, but also to constantly think about improving the practice itself, then you need some form of overarching narrative, some form of framework that has an end goal in the end. Again, maybe here the way to think about end goal is better to think about this notion of becoming, of something that you want to achieve, but is probably not really achievable, but you nevertheless have the motivation to pursue this thing. And I would strongly argue that in the case of meditation, especially in relation to modern world, the true benefit of meditation is the potential to uncover your subconscious mind. And again, uncover on your own terms, without, I would say, quote unquote, foreign interference, without psychologists, without psychiatrists. And And I would say that uncovering your subconscious mind also allows you to have a sort of track progress of where you are in your practice. Because what happens most of the time with meditation, that you try to devote more hours, but you don't necessarily see where the benefit of devoting more hours come from. Where is the benefit? Well, if you meditate for this purpose, for just the purpose of understanding your own subconscious mind, the benefits are there, so to speak. Because the more you meditate, the more more ideas about your own subconscious mind you're gonna see. Or in other words, the more you meditate, the more you can unravel, the more patterns and behaviors from your own subconscious mind you can unravel. And the way it looks like is actually pretty simple. I can give you just sort of example that just the more you meditate, the more quality hours you put into practice, the more things you start noticing. And of course, it's not a watershed moment. It's not that you meditate and then one day you just start seeing things. Rather than the more you meditate, again, the more quality meditative hours you put into the practice, the more you start seeing things surfacing to your conscious mind that feel they've already been there, but for some reason you've never seen them. And those things just kind of start appearing more and more. And the more those things start appearing, the more you can take and analyze them. And then just use them to, improve yourself, or to change your behaviors, or just to better understand where your habits come from. So I think this is indeed the biggest benefit of meditation, actually, and the real goal of why to meditate. Again, especially if you don't want to embrace this spiritual path. If we want to talk about just the practical reality of meditation, I think it really, like the idea of uncovering your subconscious mind, provides by far the best guidance in your path. And then you can take this idea and implement it. And you can see how improving your meditative practice, thinking about your meditative practice, and just meditating more will actually gain you like a visible results, because it will just give you more and more information about your subconscious mind. So those were my thoughts on meditation and reasons to meditate. If you liked the video, please subscribe and like it. And if you have any thoughts and ideas about your own meditative journey, please share them in the comments.